Hadith 203, Jabir bin Abdullah radiallahu anh reported, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, beware of injustice, for impression will be darkness on the day of resurrection. And beware of stinginess, because it doomed those who were before you. It incited them to shed blood and treat the unlawful as lawful. In Muslim.
Right. So this hadith from Jabir radiallahu anh is saying that the Prophet of Allah said, ittaqu dhulm. That means you have to keep away as much as you can from making dhulm. Because the dhulm, as we said, is forbidden and it is sinful. Then the Prophet of Allah, he said, فَإِنَّ الظُّلْمَ ظُلُمَاتٍ. This dhulm will turn into dhulumat. The word in Arabic is similar. Dhulm, dhulumat. In English it is not. Dhulm here means oppression. Dhulumat means darkness. There's no common letters between them. But in Arabic, dhulm, oppression, injustice, tyranny. And as well, dhulumat means darkness. Dhulm will turn to dhulumat. In English, that is, injustice will turn into darkness. As I said, there's no sort of synchronizing letters in between in English. Ittaqu dhulm, because it shows the eloquency of the Prophet of Allah, that it will turn into darkness. This shows that the things which can be felt in this dunya on the day of resurrection, the things which are in the dunya which are not materialistic, it will turn into materialistic into the hereafter. The thing which is not materialistic is dhulm. You make an injustice. You can't touch injustice. But it will turn to something what? Materialistic, that you could see it. That is darkness. On the bridge, where you need the light to cross the bridge, and there is no light. Some of the lights will be masha'Allah. You could see everything. That's the light of the person who's a believer. Some of them, the light is just short. Some of them even, the light will not go as far as his finger. Can't see more than that. Some of them total darkness. And the more darker you have, the more chance you're going to go into hell. Then he says, وَاتَّقُوا الشُّحْ. So he prohibited dhulm, he warned against dhulm, and also he said that dhulm will turn into dhulumat, darkness. Then he said, be aware of shuh, keep away from shuh. Shuh means stinginess. Is that the translation of it?
Yeah, stinginess. Yeah.
Stinginess. Stinginess, but in English is not really the same word as shuh. Stinginess is bukhl. That's the translation in Arabic. Here the shuh means stingy and keen to gain the money. Two things here. You're stingy and at the same time keen to accumulate money. This will lead the person to gain the money regardless of the source. Halal, haram, robbing the person, killing the person, or selling halal way. It doesn't matter for it. That's shuh. Shuh is, as I said, number one, stinginess. وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ. As Allah said, these people, they prevent the help to the people who are in need of help. And the same thing, he is keen to gain the money. And that's why the shuh is very bad. And he combined here the shuh with the dhulm, to say that those things, tyranny, injustice, with this stinginess, which is explained, as I said, with keenness to gain the money, it will lead to spread of the crime. What crime is talking about? سَفَكُوا دِمَاءَهُم. The bloodshed. And also وَاسْتَحَلُّوا مَحَارِمَهُم. This is called incest. What did you say? تَحَلُّوا مَحَارِمَهُم is incest. Meaning that you're making haram halal. You are making haram halal. So you could fornicate with a'udhu billah, somebody who is not you're supposed to be making intimacy with him. Or also to make the alcohol to be halal. استحلوا محارمهم. الظلم والشح, from the akbar al-kabair, from the major sins. And because, as I said, the shuh would lead. Listen here to the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. صنفان من الناس لم أره ما قط. This kid just came to me just now from our Sheikh Mashura رحمه حفظه الله. صنفان من الناس لم أره ما قط. Prophet, he said, two types of people, I did not see them yet. قوم معهم, people who got salt whip كأذناب البقر, like the tail of the cows. And the other categories, نساء كاسيات عاريات رؤوسهن كأسنمة البخت المائلة. Women who are dressed, not dressed, naked, half naked, and their heads is like a hump. مائلات مميلات, they sway when they walk. These are the ones who will not taste or smell the fragrance of paradise. Even the fragrance of paradise can be smelled by distance of 40 years, as the Prophet of Allah said. Here, our Sheikh al-Mashur used to say, there's two things here in this hadith have led to this crime. And this crime led to this disaster. First, al-dhulm al-siyasi. Second, al-dhulm al-akhlaqi. Dhulm, injustice. Siyasi, politics. Where is it? The one people who did not see them whipping the people. These are the leaders, the ones who are confidant, the ones who are close to the leaders. They whip the leaders out, the policing who are the tyrant leaders. So this is the fasad, the corruption of the politics. Second one, the corruption of the manners. And this is manifested into what? The women who are kasiyat ariyat. They're dressed, but they're not dressed properly. Kasiyatun ariyat. They are dressed, but yes, they are naked. SubhanAllah, how could they be dressed and naked? Well, you could see it later. You could see it. MashaAllah, sister, she's putting a hijab, but look at the hijab of hers. So tight, some of the hair showing. Even that jilbab, now she got a waist to really zip it onto her waist, so you could see that boom, 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 like this. And this is hijab. Have you seen that? You could see exactly the shape of that woman. So the jilbab is supposed to be what? Baggy. She should make it like zip it from the middle, or zap it, you call it zap it, and they make Allah musta'an. This is kasiyat ariyat. The scarf, mashallah, it was like this tablecloth, big as this one, wrapped for the sister. Now, I would say just that width. She wraps it. When she walks, some of her back shows, some of her shoulders shows, some of this shoulder. True or not? That's what is happening. Slowly. It's shrinking. It's not by the washing machine shrinking. They are shrinking it. It's not the washing machine shrinking that side, but it's actually shrinking slowly until you'll find no hijab. Allah musta'an. Kasiyatun ariyat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَن يُوقَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ. He who prevents the stinginess to reach to himself, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Those are the successful. That's what it means now. وَمَن يُوقَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. That means the one who does not prevent the shuh to go to himself, then he is from the mufsidun. He is from the unsuccessful. He's from the failure. The muflihun is the one who prevents shuh to come to them. The one who does not prevent that, and they have the stinginess, then there are people who are going to be the opposite of muflihun. That is, opposite of success is failure.